5G, a boon or a curse? Welcome to TechieSpod, where you will get all the information on interesting topics and blogs on it to read. If you are not subscribed yet, then you are missing out something. So, here we go. 5G is the fifth generation mobile network. It is a new global wireless standard after 1G, 2G, 3G, and 4G networks. 5G enables a new kind of network that is designed to connect virtually everyone and everything together, including machines, objects, and devices. 5G wireless technology is meant to deliver higher multi-Gbps peak data speeds, ultra-low latency, more reliability, massive network capacity, increased availability, and a more uniform user experience to more users. Higher performance and improved efficiency empower new user experiences and connects new industries. The increased speed is achieved partly by using higher frequency radio waves than current cellular networks. However, higher frequency radio waves have a shorter range than the frequencies used by previous cell phone towers, requiring smaller cells. So to ensure wide service, 5G networks operate on up to 3 frequency bands: low, medium, and high. A 5G network will be composed of networks of up to 3 different types of cells, each requiring different antennas, each type giving a different trade-off of download speed versus distance and service area. 5G cell phones and wireless devices will connect to the network through the highest speed antenna within range at their location. In February 2018, Huawei and Vodafone made the world's first 5G call using non-standalone 3GPP 5G-NR standard and sub-6 GHz spectrum. The two companies built a 5G-NR end-to-end test network for the trial and used a 3.7 GHz spectrum. Low-band 5G uses a similar frequency range as current 4G cell phones, 600 to 700 MHz, giving download speeds a little higher than 4G, 30 to 250 megabits per second Mbit/s. Low-band cell towers will have a similar range and coverage area to current 4G towers. Mid-band 5G uses microwaves of 2.5–3.7 GHz, currently allowing speeds of 100 to 900 Mbit/s, with each cell tower providing service up to several miles in radius. This level of service is the most widely deployed, and should be available in most metropolitan areas in 2020. Some countries are not implementing low band, making this the minimum service level. High-band 5G currently uses frequencies of 25 to 39 GHz, near the bottom of the millimeter wave band, although higher frequencies may be used in the future. It often achieves download speeds of a gigabit per second, Gbit/s, comparable to cable internet. However, millimeter waves, mmWave or mmW, have a more limited range, requiring many small cells. They have trouble passing through some types of walls and windows. Due to their higher costs, current plans are to deploy these cells only in dense urban environments and areas where crowds of people congregate, such as sports stadiums and convention centers. The above speeds are those achieved in actual tests in 2020, and speeds are expected to increase during rollout. The industry consortium setting standards for 5G is the third-generation partnership project, 3GPP. It defines any system using 5G-NR, 5G New Radio, software as 5G, a definition that came into general use by late 2018. Minimum standards are set by the International Telecommunications Union, ITU. Previously, some reserved the term 5G for systems that deliver download speeds of 20 Gbit/s as specified in the ITU's IMT 2020 document. SK Telecom acquired spectrum in the 3.5 GHz and 28 GHz frequencies to prepare for deploying 5G. In April of 2019, the enterprise claimed to be the first mobile carrier in the world to launch 5G services to work on 5G smartphones. Realme and iQOO are the first companies to launch 5G-ready smartphones in India. Interestingly, both the companies are owned by BBK Electronics of China. Advantages of 5G. Greater speed in transmissions. Speed in transmissions can approach 15 or 20 Gbps. By being able to enjoy a higher speed, we can access files, programs and remote applications in a totally direct and without waiting. By intensifying the use of the cloud, all devices, mobile phones, computers, etc. will depend less on the internal memory and on the accumulation of data, and it won't be necessary to install a large number of processors on some objects because computing can be done on the cloud. For example, being able to activate software remotely as if it were executed in personal devices, will allow not having installed the mobile applications, apps, in the terminal and executing them directly from the cloud. Just as it will no longer be necessary to store the information in the memory of the device, photos, videos, etc. Lower latency. Latency is the time that elapses since we give an order on our device until the action occurs. In 5G the latency will be 10 times less than in 4G, being able to perform remote actions in real time. Thanks to this low latency and the increase of the sensors, it is possible to control the machinery of an industrial plant, control logistics or remote transport, surgical operations in which the doctor can intervene a patient who is at another side of the world with the help of precision instrumentation managed remotely, or the complete control of remote transport systems, automated and without driver. Greater number of connected devices. With 5G the number of devices that can be connected to the network increases greatly, it will go to millionaire scale per square kilometer. All connected devices will have access to instant connections to the internet, which in real time will exchange information with each other. This will favor the IoT. It is anticipated that a common home will have 100 connected devices sending and receiving information in real time. If we think of industrial plants we would speak of thousands of connected devices. This greater number of connected devices will allow the smart cities and the autonomous car. For example, by placing sensors in different points and objects in the city, a large part of it can be monitored. If you share the information of the sensors of the cars and those of the city, and these exchange data, you can improve the quality of life of the cities, facilitate the navigation of the autonomous car, choose better routes, reduce the number of accidents, find available parking spaces, etc. Network slicing. The 5G also allows to implement virtual networks, network slicing, create subnets, in order to provide connectivity more adjusted to specific needs. The creation of sub-networks will give specific characteristics to a part of the network, being a programmable network, and will allow to prioritize connections, as could be the emergencies in front of other users, applying for example different latencies or prioritizing them in the connection to the network so that they can't be affected by possible overloads of the mobile network. Disadvantages and effect on health. Battery drain, heat. Phones running on 5G will experience a huge battery drain. Better battery technology will be needed if the object is to run your phone a full day on a single charge running a 5G connection. Users are also reporting that phones are almost hot to the touch while running 5G. Upload speeds. With the current technology, users see download speeds as high as 1.9 Gbps, however, rarely are the upload speeds seen over 100 Mbps. Granted, this is far superior to 4G LTE. However, the current upload speeds seen by actual 5G users are not as groundbreaking as the download speeds. Also, the ping speeds seen by users on 5G phones are currently not in the anticipated low latency of 1 ms or less, the actual speeds are being seen in the 15 ms range. Lack of widespread coverage. Currently, 5G coverage is limited to narrowly defined areas in specific cities. As a rule, the carriers will be expanding their network in areas with the greatest population. If you live or work in certain areas of big cities, you will most likely be the first to benefit from the 5G technology. For everyone else, especially in remote areas, it will be some time before it arrives. Carriers are more likely to spend their network upgrade dollars where the greatest number of their users reside or work. A genuine drawback is that 5G's range isn't great, especially when obstructions such as trees or buildings exist. As a result, telecom carriers will deploy many more small cellular radios or antennas, called small cells and sized like a backpack, in areas that get a 5G signal, as close to each other as hundreds of feet apart. They are typically installed on existing utility poles or streetlights. The telecom industry already uses small cells to extend 3G, 4G, and LTE, but over 2 million are expected by 2021. Medical effects. 1. First, let's clarify the rumble about alleged health risks due to 5G's higher radio frequencies, RF. Carriers have fought this battle with cellular naysayers for at least 20 years, starting with Gen 1, but the FDA continues to report that there is no validity to the worries. A recent National Toxicology Program study linked high levels of cell phone radiation on the whole bodies of rats to some evidence of carcinogenic activity in 6% of the males. Radiation from networks was not part of the study. Dr. Jeffrey Shuren, director of the FDA's Center for Devices and Radiological Health, said, "The totality of the available scientific evidence continues to not support adverse health effects in humans caused by exposures that are under the current radio frequency energy exposure limits." The NIH, National Cancer Society, World Health Organization, FCC, and many other sources agree. So, guys, this all about this topic. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That's all for this video. I hope you all like it. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. The links for the following are given in description. Thank you.